Hello and welcome to the Making Spirituality Real podcast. The idea for this podcast has been around for quite some time. I had a lot of people encourage me to start something like that. This year I realized that I've been taking for granted the fact that I have a lot of things to say that people need to hear, and you know how it is when something is normal for you. You end up thinking that this knowledge is just something regular, and then it turns out that it's not the case. So I thought that, first of all, I should create a space here for questions. So if any of you want to know something in particular regarding either your chart or your spiritual journey, I'm an astrologer, a tarot reader. I also dabble in numerology, human design, and psychology. So literally any question regarding your spiritual journey that you might have, I can answer. I'm generally a holistic healer that uses any esoteric arts to be able to help people who feel like they need answers regarding guiding their energies. So naturally, while recording, I will prioritize any question that you guys may have for me. But honestly, what's also important to me is to be able to connect to you guys through a different platform, because I spend most of my time writing, and I write articles mostly on Tumblr, which as a platform has a limited reach. Some of the articles are also appropriate for Facebook, so I copy paste them there, but not all of them are, since some are community questions, and very sadly, Tumblr has been kind of a dying platform for a long time. Even though I still get new people there, and I still am attached to it, which is why I'll continue posting there. I think it's a good idea to communicate also more in an audio form. I know some people listen to podcasts when they work out or before they go to sleep. So I thought it was an efficient way to also be able to deliver my message in a different setting, because I have a lot of things that I've learned, years of wisdom stored, both experience and theory, and the theoretical conclusions from experience and experiences from applying theory in practice. So I feel like what I have is a gift that should be given to people. It's something that it will feel selfish to just keep it to myself. And so whenever I have any conclusions about life in general, I will share them here in this podcast. Some of these messages may be a repetition of what I have written on Tumblr, because this way I'm hoping to just reach a wider audience with what I have. I have written a lot of interesting pieces of information on Tumblr in written form that I think that people haven't seen enough. And plus I have 10,000 notes, so I think I have plenty of source material when it comes to the subjects to choose from. And some of these podcasts may be shorter, just a little tip of the day, a little wisdom of the day, and some may be longer if a more lengthy explanation about some particular subject is required. Very often I was thinking about how to describe my practice. There are so many astrologers out there. There are many spiritual teachers. I'm hardly the only one, and of course there is space for everyone out there. But when you put something out there, how do you distinguish yourself in your message so that you can tell people who you are, and so that they can know if what you do is for them? And that may be a bit cheesy, maybe a bit corny what I'm about to say, but sometimes corny is true. When I think of what I'm really good at and what I should be able to help you see also in your own life, what I think I could help you with, how I could help you improve your life, is there is this quite an old movie right now that is called A Walk to Remember. I think most people have at least heard of it, even if they haven't seen it. Well, without spoilers, in case you haven't seen it, there's a line in this movie. It's a romance story between a boy and a girl. Nothing spectacular when it comes to the premise. It's all about the execution. And the boy starts off as a bit of a rule breaker, while the girl, for her own personal reasons, which I will not tell you due to, again, spoilers, is deeply religious. But she is not just religious in a way that is mind-numbing, which is so often the case, and which I absolutely would not advocate, because I've seen that also. I've been there, being raised by a Catholic family, and I don't really think that is a good way to go. But she's religious in a spiritual way. She's a very consciously spiritual person, and she just uses religion as a way to express that, which I guess can also work. And one of the things that she says to her love interest, well, he's a very skeptical, even sometimes a cold person. She tells him that she doesn't feel the need to justify her belief in God or the universe or however you call it, because she can feel its presence. And she says that God is like the wind, that the universe is like the wind, that you can experience it. And, different people are good at different things. And here I'm going to say immodestly, this is probably my biggest quality, is that I can sense that. I was born with that kind of sensitivity. I know exactly what she's talking about. I always knew since I was a kid. And maybe that's not the most impressive talent, but to me, the existence of the universe was always unquestionably so fundamental and so present, because I can feel both inside and around me all the time. And again, it's one of those things that people tend to trivialize in themselves. They tend to take it for granted, but so many people are lost and they can't access that part of the world, or understand it, and or understand themselves, and they feel lost, when it really is one of the most beautiful things in this world that can make you feel whole. And when you go into spiritual deep enough, you realize that everything you've ever searched in life was trying to lead you to the universe, to God, or however you call it. And all these things that you do, they are just pathways. And I think that some people need help in being led to a deeper expression of spirituality. And I think that this is what I want to do with my work, and this is what I'm good at. To show you that God, the universe, is a real, measurable thing that exists around us and within us, down to the point where mathematically certain systems exist that describe the universe's perfection, such as the symmetry of astrology or numerology or tarot, and how all these things are interconnected, and show how all of us human beings, down to our atoms, we are part of this infinite universal perfection. I would like to be able to transmit that in my in what I say. It's not just about what I do, it's about how I do it. And I would like this understanding that I have to be visible in everything that I do. And I hope that there are those out there who are looking for what I have in me. And since I was born, there is of course a reason for it. So some people are looking for what I remember. No matter who you are, there's always someone out there looking for you, who is in need of your unique talents, regardless of what you do. Even if it's simple, if you think that it's insignificant, you were born, and so there is a place for you also. And I think that in the past I have been very shy about expressing it, partially because I'm very sensitive, and I come from very difficult living conditions, and I come from a lot of stressful interpersonal relationships, romantic, family, friends, everything. None of it was really easy for me, and I need a lot of space and isolation to be able to even think clearly. And all of these things, plus the difficult practical circumstances practical circumstances that I had to endure while being raised, have made it very hard for me to produce anything on a regular basis, to participate. Although I have been trying, and I've been consistent, because I'm really devoted to it. So I guess this is my attempt at putting myself out there more regularly, because I don't want Tumblr to become a platform where I'm kind of hiding with all my awesomeness. I want to be able to to connect with a wider audience, and those who need what I do and those who are meant to find me. Well, right, that's how the universe works. I also don't want to make it too long because I know that people's attention spans nowadays are ridiculously short. It's something social media has done to us, and I have to contend with that, so I think that's enough for an introductory message. So again, I will prioritize any questions anyone might have relative to the people's spiritual journey, but even if not, I have a million topics that I can talk about, so there will always be something interesting to touch on. Well, I hope that you stay with me and that I can do something that is of use, and that I can manage to put myself out there as me and still help people with the gifts and things of worth that I have in me. And I hope that I'll help you find yourself also, and I hope that I help you find the spark of the universe within yourself.